Good morning, guys. It's the beginning of the third day. Do I have to say it's like 12 o'clock already? I'm pretty tired. Today is not a good day. But yeah, let me first start with a recap of yesterday. I told you I went to the sauna, which was great. I relaxed. I didn't drink any alcohol or smoke any cigarette, which I think is very important now as well for me to like really abstain from any other substances, especially also nicotine, because I think that's a huge trigger for me because I used to like smoke weed always together with nicotine. So yeah, that was good. When I did drive home, however, I actually wanted to get something, and it's a very interesting dynamic I quickly want to talk about. Where I live, you can buy it on every street corner, like 24/7, all right? Anyway, so the thing is, I was really euphoric yesterday and happy that I stopped smoking. But then, I was aware, I knew that there will be the moment where I think that, okay, actually, I'm done. Like, I haven't smoked in 1 or 2 days. I don't need it anymore, but I want it, like, let's just do this one more time and then you can actually see how you feel about it. And maybe it even helps you in your sobriety or in your quest to sobriety because you actually don't like it as much anymore anyway. So it's this second kind of voice in my head, which seems, as odd as it may sound, independent from me. It's like a second persona which has a different agenda, which is getting me to smoke again. And I've come across that sort of situation before, which was when I was meditating. I went to like a meditation camp where I had to meditate for 10 hours a day. One task was 3 times a day for 1 hour. You must not move during the meditation. Like normally it's alright, like if you, I don't know, like adjust yourself or move a little bit as you see fit during this 12-hour, 10-hour period. But during this 1 hour, it's the hour of strong determination. You should not move at all. And I tell you guys, like this is really interesting what's been happening to me during that hour. So it is exactly what I've just described, this second persona in your head that suddenly pops up, and tries to make you move. It tries to sabotage your effort to meditate and not move. And it has lots of tricks up its sleeve, like it really knows, like it's a second persona of sorts, but it's living in your head. So obviously it knows what's up with you and how to engage you and how to try to win this battle against yourself pretty much. So what was happening when I was meditating was that this voice in my head would come up with all these reasons why I should now move. Like
Your legs are gonna be fucked. Can you feel them? Like they hurt already, you need to move them.
or
You really need to think about this or that.
you start to itch everywhere. It's like a plethora of thoughts and feelings which counteract your current goal, and which was in my case back then not moving while meditating, and yesterday not fucking smoking or buying weed. But I was prepared for that. I knew this will come up again, and I was just ignoring it. But then again, not only ignoring, but I had to diffuse it somehow. I had to recall, that this was bound to happen, and this is now this moment. It's the moment of truth. It's like a crossroad. You decide: do I continue with my goal, or do I just fall back again in day zero? And I made it. I did not sleep. I went back home. I went to bed. I had like a not really restful sleep, but I did sleep. I was sweating a bit, and today in the morning I woke up drained, like fucking tired. I had to do something. I mean, you can see I'm looking really tired. It's pretty much 12 o'clock. I was just lying in bed all the time. I was working a bit on my phone and really tried to like kick myself out of the bed now and took a cold shower to wake up. There was no yoga in the morning, by the way, so there's that. But yeah, like it's something challenging because the problem is the longer I stay sober now, the stronger I am in my conviction to stay sober, the better I feel about being sober, the the further I'm removed from smoking weed, the better arguments this second persona who wants me to smoke weed has. Because that's something I've been falling into countless times. After some distance, you actually feel that, okay, actually I feel really happy without weed. I don't need it, I'm energetic, I'm doing all these things, I don't need it anymore. Maybe it wasn't even that bad to stop. And this other voice, it has now better arguments. It can tell you, look, you're not addicted anyway, like just smoke one, it's alright. Now you haven't smoked for a couple of weeks. Do you really think that after one you will now fall back into it straight away? And that's how you have to be constantly aware of what's going on. You have to really try to silence this voice gently with reason and argument and with other incentives. I think you really have to kind of argue with yourself and try to convince yourself. So yeah, I have to, because I was lying in bed so long now, I have to get up and do stuff. I'll give you an update later today. Today is no sports, no yoga. The weather is decent, but I said I'm pretty busy. I'm not in a really good mood, but I can deal. So it's fine. And you don't have to be in a good mood every day. That's something else. Yeah, that's something else I want to talk about. So what's happening now that I've become sober is that all these things I've pushed down, all these feelings I've suppressed slowly come up again. Be it my ex-girlfriend, my breakup, worries about life, future, whatever, like normal basic stuff. Which, however, when you smoke a lot, at least in my case, you don't need to feel or think about. I was like easygoing, everything's alright. You never like worry about anything because you're stoned. And if you're not stoned, you will get stoned. So you can always suppress these things, and you never have to unpack them. And I tell you something. After 10 years, there's quite a lot of stuff, accumulated in these hideaways. So they will come up like slowly or more or less slowly, and it will be difficult to deal with them because there was a reason why I've pushed that away, why I couldn't face these issues at that time. And now is the time to kind of resolve them. Like they're not just disappearing. And also when you smoke, nothing's just disappearing. All your problems, your worries, it's just like somewhere else, waiting to eventually be released. And so that's something I have to deal with. And that's another trap or pitfall I'm aware of, and I'm waiting to happen pretty much. Just like the voice yesterday, the nice voice who says, you can smoke, all easy, just smoke one and it will be right. So just like this voice, there might one day suddenly be another one, a forceful, angry, sad one who says like, fuck this life, I'm done. Like I actually don't wanna do any of that anyway. I don't care, I don't give a shit. I might as well be stoned for the rest of my life. And this is another like very powerful attempt of this, I say, second persona to regain control. We have to be aware of and try to win at that time. Before I finish, one quick last thought to the second persona. I really think that the weed, like it changes you in a way that it changes the way you feel and you act and your ambitions and goals, and you hardly notice. That's why it's so insidious, weed. But this change in personality is actually reflected by this voice in your head, by this second persona, I call it, who doesn't want to give that up. It wants to stay where it is, like in you, being in control. And if you don't let it, it will fight, and it will fight dirty, and it will fight very effectively because, as I said, like it knows you in and out. So yeah, it's a tough battle, and something we always have to be on the lookout for. And yeah, regarding this, now that I've been a couple of days sober, I start coughing a lot, which is also quite ironic. Like while I smoke like a chimney, I don't cough a lot, and now that I stop, I really, it will be a couple of weeks, I know from last time. But that's all right. My lungs are cleaning themselves. I will be able to. Sorry. Um, shit. All right. I'll deal with it. Fuck it. I mean, that's my least of my worries. Fucking coughing, really, honestly. I'm a bit done now. Like, cheers, guys.